Kita ke sorotan lain, Indonesia darurat kekerasan seksual terhadap anak-anak dan perempuan.
Korban mengaku peristiwa itu terjadi pada 27 Oktober lalu di ruangan Dekan Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Politik Universitas Riau.
Kisah terdakwa kasus kekerasan seksual Heri Wirawan menggunakan nama Yayasan Manarul Huda Antapani dan Rumah Tahfidzul Ikhlas.
Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Introduce about myself. My name is Latifah Fitriani, NIM 12111223933. Video ini untuk memenuhi tugas ujian akhir semester matkul bahasa Inggris. Saya kuliah di UIN Suska Riau, Fakultas Tarbiyah dan Keguruan, Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Indonesia, kelas 1C. I made this video to fulfill the text of the English course. Thank you, sir, for watching this video to the end. Sorry if in the video there are still many mistakes in speaking. Okay, in this video I will talk about sexual harassment. In Indonesia, sexual harassment often occurs. Sexual harassment regardless of social status. There is a lot of news about sexual harassment, both carried out by high-ranking state officials and by ordinary people. Recently, news circulated about sexual harassment, which is currently viral. Ada berita seksual yang belakangan ini viral, yaitu sexual harassment by a lecturer to his student, sexual harassment by the police against his girlfriend, and there is also, in my opinion, this is the worst, sexual harassment by ustad or the founder of the pesantren by raping the student. Only educated people can sexual harass about people without education. Sexual harassment is not seen from the level of education. It has but sexual harassment occurs because of floods. Many blame the sexual harassment because the victim wears tight clothes showing off her body shape. Then, what about the sexual harassment experienced by a student atau santri who every day wears clothes from top to bottom, and ustad who founded a pesantren who already understand religions? If someone is called ustad, that person must be good at religions or understand religion. Ustad, kalau udah dipanggil ustad pasti paham agama. Can we still blame the victim? Apakah kita masih bisa menyalahkan korban dengan adanya pelecehan seksual atau kekerasan seksual? Sexual harassment occurs not entirely because of the victim. We cannot completely blame the victim then, but in Indonesia, there are still many victims of sexual harassment who do not want to report to the authorities. Maybe di Indonesia banyak banget ya korban pelecehan seksual yang nggak mau melapor sama pihak berwajib. Mungkin alasannya maybe the reason is not wanting to report, but the reason is that the victim feels ashamed, takut, malu, afraid, and so on. For example, in the case of sexual harassment that occurred at one of the campus in Riau, namely the Unri campus. Sexual harassment by lecturer against student who at the time were doing thesis guidance. Pelecehan seksual yang terjadi di kampus di Riau, salah satu di Riau, namanya kampus Unri, yang pelecehan seksualnya itu dilakukan oleh dosen kepada mahasiswanya yang pada saat itu sedang melakukan bimbingan skripsi. The victim reported it to to the authorities and was threatened by the perpetrator. Si korban ini melapor kepada pihak berwajib, tetapi sama si pelaku diancam. But justice has been served and finally the perpetrator atau lecturer, dosennya, is detained by the police. Dan akhirnya keadilan itu ditegakkan, yaitu si pelaku akhirnya ditahan oleh kepolisian. Setelah mencari-cari barang bukti, akhirnya ketahuan siapa yang salah, siapa yang benar. That was video about sexual harassment in Indonesia. So from my video, if there are mistakes, I'm sorry. Thanks for watching until the end. See you the next video. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
He always been faking me out.